Quite often, we need to transform the values in a string. To do that, we use the map or flat map methods. Let me show you. So over here, we have a list of movies. Let's say we're only interested in the name of these movies. So instead of having a stream of movie objects, we want to have a stream of strings where these strings are the movie titles. So we start off by getting a stream from this list, movies.string. Now we call the map method to map or transform each movie object to a different type. So here we need to pass a function. This function takes a movie object and returns a different value. So we can pass a lambda like this. Movie goes to movie dot. Now we need a getter to get the name of each movie. So real quick, let's go to the movie class and generate a getter for the title field. So we press Command and N to bring up the generate palette and generate a getter for this field. Now, as I told you before, we should always move these getters and setters down the bottom. That will make our code cleaner and more consistent. Now, back to our demo class. So we call movie.getTitle. And then we can chain the for each method. Now look at what we get here. We get a string object. This is the beauty of streams. With streams, we can build processing pipelines. So we get a pipe from this data source. Then we attach another pipe here. In this pipe, we get each movie object and extract its title. Then we pass the title to the next pipe. So here we can print the name of each movie. Take a look. So we get A, B, C. So here's how the map method works. The function that we pass here, this function is going to get applied to every object in this string. So this is all about the map method. We also have primitive variations of this method, like map to int, map to double, and map to long. For example, the map to int method expects a toInt function. This is a function that returns a primitive integer. So we can get a movie and then get the number of likes from this movie. Now we have a compilation error here. Can you tell why? Here's the reason. With this pipe, we're extracting the number of likes of each movie and passing it to the next pipe. So in this pipe, instead of getting a movie object, we are getting an integer. Integers don't have a method called getTitle. This is the reason why we have a compilation error. Now, if you want to get the number of likes of each movie, we delete this line. Then we use the for each method to print these values. Okay? So this is all about the map method. Now we have another method called flat map, and a lot of people find it confusing, but it's actually very simple. Let me explain it. So I'm going to delete all this code. Let's create a stream using the of method. So here we can pass an arbitrary number of objects. I'm going to pass two list objects. List of 1, 2, and 3, and list of 4, 5, and 6. So here we have a stream of list of integers. Let me show you. So I'm going to store the result over here. Look at the type of this variable, stream of list of integer. So every object in this stream is a list of integers. So now, if we call stream.forEach, look, we should pass a consumer of list of integers. So we get a list here, and then we can print it. Take a look. So every object in the stream is a list of integers, okay? Now, sometimes we don't want to work with lists. We want to flatten these lists. We want to work with individual numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is where we use the flat map method. So before we call the for each method, we call flat map. Now, here we should pass a function that takes a list of integers and returns a string. So this function takes a list. Now we should return a stream from this list. How do we do that? Really easy. We call list.stream. So we convert each list to a stream. With this transformation, every object that is passed to the next pipe is going to be an integer as opposed to a list. Take a look. So I'm going to delete this code. Here we should pass a consumer of integer. So we get a number and print it. Now let's run the program. We see the numbers 1 to 6. So this is how the flat map method works. With this, we can flatten a stream of list of objects to a stream of objects, okay? And it doesn't have to be a list. We could have a set, we could have an array. With flat map, we can flatten a string.